Today is the first official day of summer, and I think it's the perfect day to create a summertime layout using one of the cut files from the summer 2023 issue of Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. Hi friends, my name is Jana Eubank. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm going to be using this adorable cut file that says Summer Sun, Summer Fun from the summer 2023 issue of Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. I am pairing it with the beautiful Boho Sunshine collection by Simple Stories. I love the colors of this collection, especially for my photos here. These are photos of my kids along with their cousins swimming in Lake Powell. If you're familiar with Lake Powell, it is a lake in southern Utah that has red rocks all around it and the beautiful blue waters, and so I wanted to pick a collection that featured those colors. I love all the coral, the orange, the blues in this collection. I decided to cut out the cut file using the cornflower cardstock by Simple Stories. Simple Stories cardstock cuts beautifully with your electronic die cutting machine, and you can see here how I've reserved the inside pieces of all of these letters so that I can trace each of the patterns onto the 6x8 papers. So I went ahead and did that. I cut out the cut file. I chose the yellow pattern paper to use as my background, and now I'm just going through that 6x8 pad and selecting pattern papers that I'm going to use to fill the back of each of those letters. I also cut my photos into circles and matted them with coral cardstock by Simple Stories. Inside of the 6x8 pad, there was also a couple of sheets of 3x4 cut apart cards, and fortunately for me, there was a sunshine, so I also cut that out with a circle die cut, and I placed that next to the word sun. So you can see here how I am using the reverse side of each of these letters to trace onto the pattern papers and then cut them out with my scissors. I'm leaving a little extra room so that I have a place for the paper to adhere to the back of the cut file so that it's overlapping on the back. So I will go ahead and cut out all of the different pattern papers that I selected and adhere them off camera. Here you can see the last one that I'm doing here. After I get this letter into place, I'll flip it over and you can see how I've just used a variety of patterns. I did put them initially into a certain order that I thought looked nice together, but then as I worked down through the cut file, I was looking more towards balancing the patterns across the page and in different areas of the cut file. Here I plan on cutting the background pattern paper down slightly so that I can mat it on some cardstock. So I was just trying that yellow paper up against several colors of cardstock to see which one I liked best, and I decided to go with the mint color vibe cardstock. I will trim this down slightly, and before I adhere it to the background cardstock, I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges with some light gray ink, and then I will also use an edge distresser just to rough them up a bit. I'm going to add adhesive to the inside of this cardstock. You can see that I gutted it. That's because mint is my absolute favorite color vibe cardstock, and I wanted to use it later. I also added the adhesive towards the inside of the cardstock so that I could stitch the outside edge of the yellow pattern paper as I showed you there. Now before I decide to adhere down everything, I am using a grid ruler to make sure that my letters are going straight, and then I also used a pencil to mark where the cut file would go. That's because I'm going to add thin foam tape across the entire back of this cut file just to bring it up a little bit and add a soft shadow below. So I will also use the thin foam tape to adhere my photos and all the other embellishments as well. I really like using dimensional foam adhesive. I think it's a really fun way to add interest. It does add a little bit of bulk to your layout, so if you don't like any kind of bulk, you can leave this step off. So here I am just tucking in these photos. Now these photos, these are the only 3 snapshots I had of the kids playing in the water, and when I took the pictures of the kids, all that was around them were the water, so you couldn't see the beautiful red rocks or anything else like that. This allowed me to crop down those photos, and then the pattern papers from the Boho Sunshine collection actually bring in the colors of the red rocks and the blue water, and helps when you look at this layout to remember those things. And of course I have pictures of the red rocks, I can't say that word today, in other layouts that I will feature, so this collection is going to be perfect for that. Now that I have my sun and my photos in place, I'm headed over to the cardstock sticker sheet. This comes in the collection pack, but it's also available separately. And I'm just trying out different stickers. I want to just accent the photos. I want to add a few little accents here and there. I love the the little banner of beads and flowers there that I added across the bottom of the word sun. And I think that splits up that phrase nicely and helps you to take it all in. So now I'm just adding some butterflies, some flip-flops. I apologize that the top of this layout is out of frame a little bit, but I will add a butterfly and a flower up there. And then after I get all of the stickers selected, I will come back with some dimensional adhesive brads from the same collection and scatter those around the page as well. So each issue of Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine is available in print, but it's also available for free digitally on the scrapbookandcards.com website. So to find the cut files and the free sketches that are available with each issue release, go to scrapbookandcards.com. Then you'll want to select the magazine tab and then the current issue tab. As you land on the current issue page, you'll scroll down past the image of the current issue, and right below you will find links for the bonus cut files as well as the sketches. So be sure to check out each issue. There are so many fun things to use, and it's a great way to use the magazine alongside the cut files and the sketches to find inspiration for your projects. Okay, so we'll turn our attention back to the layout, and you can see, as I mentioned before, I'm just taking my time to balance out all of the flowers and all of the stickers here, and now I am working on the brads. I will also bring in some of the mint enamel dots just to bring in more of that summer water feel, and I will sprinkle those around the page as well. Now, one thing I wanted to mention about this cut file is it worked perfectly for my photos because I just had these 3 little small photos of my kids and their cousins swimming in the water. So it was a great way to make this summer page, but also intersect them in those 3 little spaces around the phrase. Now, you don't have to use the entire phrase. Another great way to use this cut file would be to cut it up into 2 different phrases. You could use them as titles. You could use Summer Sun on one page and Summer Fun on another layout, and then that way you get 2 layouts out of one cut file. So I love these cut files. I love using my digital die cut machines to enhance my projects. I hope you enjoy giving this layout a try and that you've enjoyed watching it come together. Again, my name is Jana Eubank for Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. Be sure to check out the summer 2023 issue available on the website now, or better yet, subscribe to it so it comes right to your mailbox. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. Here's a few close-up shots of the completed layout, and we'll see you next time.